Kyle is innocent. Can we just have a moment of silence for all of the lefties who are just so upset right now? You lose, we win. God bless America. It's been a long time since we've had a win like this. I just want to say congratulations to Kyle, his defense team, and everybody involved with this. But I want to show y'all what the aftermath of this whole thing is, because there is a lot and there is just going to be more. Let's start with this. I don't know when this video surfaced, but this is a video of, I think, a pre-trial hearing for Kyle's case. And they're all sitting there talking, and Gage Grosskreutz, one of the prosecutor's witnesses, chair breaks and he just goes down in it. Watch this. If that isn't a culmination of how this trial went for the prosecution, I don't know what is. I mean, just your chair breaking and you dropping in the middle of a pre-trial hearing. Kyle and his attorney are trying not to laugh, but I would have been cracking up in that. But after the innocent verdict, I think it was everybody's probable best guess that there was going to be some sort of rioting going on, right? I mean, the media has made Kyle out to be a white supremacist. A white guy shoots 3 other white guys in self-defense. And somehow it's white supremacy? Somehow Black Lives Matter has chirped up about it? Where is the black guy in this situation? Where is he? But of course now America's response for the left side of America, when they don't get their way, is they just want to steal stuff. Gosh dang it, Kyle got let off. I'm gonna steal this and this. Probably one of these two. That's exactly what's happening right now. Check this out. This is a Louis Vuitton store in San Francisco. Oh yeah, you guys are really upset about the trial, or are you just using it as an excuse to steal some $2,000 bags? I swear, whenever I'm in the airport and I see a Louis Vuitton bag now, my first thought is, hey man, that's a nice bag. Which protests were you a part of? They were just handing those out during it? Yeah, sure. And this is one of my favorite ones. In Portland, Antifa, or Black Lives Matter, whoever it was, spray paints on the police precinct. All cops are Kyle's. Okay, so you're saying that all cops are innocent and just act in self-defense. Okay, cool. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. Man, you guys are stupid. And then here's a guy who's calling a convicted pedophile who reached for Kyle's gun a hero. And then one of my favorites is MSNBC. You guys are a bunch of rascals. You guys tried to have one of your people follow the jury bus. And the judge had to kick y'all out of the courtroom because of it.
I have instructed that no one from MSNBC News will be permitted in this building. That someone who is following the jury bus, that is it's extremely serious matter.
And then y'all have the audacity to have 2 big-ass lefties on talking about slaves again. Talking about how white men are more privileged because of self-defense. Pretty sure we all have that right.
This country was built on the idea that white men had a particular kind of freedom and a particular kind of citizenship that only they have. That gives, from the slave catchers on, the right to inflict violence in the name of protecting property.
And then I put something together as far as the people that I think Kyle should sue for defamation.
Rittenhouse is basically what you would have had in a school shooter. He's a 17-year-old kid. He shouldn't have had a gun. He crossed state lines to supposedly protect property. No, he was going out to shoot people.
Y'all have the balls to talk about crossing state lines. He lived 20 minutes from Kenosha. Drop the state line crap. Y'all are letting millions of illegal immigrants into our country. That's crossing a country. Forget about a state. Forget about living 20 minutes to the right of a state and going into that state to protect businesses.
Kyle Rittenhouse, the 17-year-old vigilante.
Kyle Rittenhouse, a vigilante.
Kyle Rittenhouse, the armed teenage vigilante.
A 17-year-old vigilante, arguably a domestic terrorist, picked up a rifle, drove to a different state to shoot people.
Kyle Rittenhouse, a guy who's deeply racist, went with weapons to a Black Lives Matter protest looking to get in trouble. He did. He murdered a couple of people.
This is why the media causes all of the havoc that happens in our major cities in the US. If you had no idea about the situation and you heard this on the news, you would think some guy just drove into a city, shot a few people, and then drove out, called it a day. That's what you would think if you watched this and had no clue about the situation. Here's a reality that everyone needs to hear. Kyle's not to blame for the entire situation. All of the rioters in Kenosha that night, all the protesters, everybody who was there are not to blame for the situation. When you have media outlets like this.
Rittenhouse, the 17-year-old kid, just running around, shooting and killing protesters.
You see the 17-year-old who was radicalized by Trumpism, took his AR-15 to Kenosha and became a killer.
A white, Trump-supporting, MAGA-loving, Blue Lives Matter social media partisan, 17 years old, picks up a gun, drives from one state to another with the intent to shoot people.
It messes with people's minds, especially weak-minded people or people who are impulsive. People who see something on CNN and say, oh my God, I gotta go out and riot and steal stuff. These media companies are 100% to blame.